So before we get into the nuts and bolts of how it all works, let's start at square one, because I'm sure that probably some of you are not as familiar with the concept of a referral network group. So let me explain the basic concept behind these types of groups. A network group, right, is a group of industry professionals from different professions. They are, well, they're supposed to dedicate themselves to learning more about each group member and their offerings, of course, and then, of course, put themselves on the lookout for referral and, of course, cross-selling opportunities, which are all over the place if you really look for them and you really think about it. The rule in a network group is this: only one person from each industry is allowed in that group, so it's very exclusive, right? And all group members, of course, are highly encouraged to send business referrals for whatever that particular profession is to that professional, right? So generally there's a cost to join one of these groups, and in most cases, by the time you find out one exists, it's too late to join it. Why? Well, because somebody's already filled the industry slot that you serve. Another challenge with the typical network group is the potential to have way too many different professions in there that have absolutely, just no natural ability to be a good referral source based on the lack of synergy between your two professions. Now, what does that mean? Well, that in turn translates into, not very many really good referral opportunities. But that's not the case with Cheddar Stacks, because we actually specialize in helping form very specific groups that naturally have the best chance of having a connection with members of the group, okay? Now look, although good smelling candles, hardy plasticware, non-smearing lipstick, and costume jewelry are all fine products if you're into that kind of thing. Look, I'm just saying, those aren't a good fit for Cheddar Stacks. Those are usually a side gig or a multi-level marketing program, and again, they're just not a good fit for a Cheddar Stacks group. There are a couple of fundamental reasons why that overpriced program may not work for you, if you know about the other ones that are out there, and Cheddar Stacks is kind of built with those reasons in mind. Actually, there's one more thing I want to mention here before we get into the actual app and the platform. The biggest challenge that really bothered me about managing our own personal network groups years ago was how hard it was to track everything. I mean, even though we could see the results in our closed loan volume with our mortgage loan originators, it was almost impossible to determine who was really dedicated to those groups and who was just using you, right? So at that time, even though we had computers and all that, it's not like it was, 50 years ago. I'm not that old, guys. Without any available, mobile technology and tracking devices, we were reduced to, paper referral forms and Excel spreadsheets, and really no way to track the total business received, sent, and closed from each individual member. This, my friends, is where the Cheddar Stacks platform really excels. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you this: it's a game changer. It is. As you're going to see in the platform, you're going to be able to quantify your entire group's performance down to the number of referrals sent, the number of referrals received, closed, the transaction amounts, any revenue that you've generated as an individual, all the revenue that's been generated as your group. You're going to be able to see the results. This information is going to be extremely valuable to you and your group as you evaluate your performance and the individual group members' performance. So obviously at this point in time, as I've said to you, we're going to help you start your own high-quality network group using the Cheddar Stacks program and the Cheddar Stacks app so that we can increase your business and slap some cheese on your life, right? Now, one of the best parts about forming your own group versus, joining another is that you have total control over who's invited. This means that you will be specifically targeting the industries that would have the highest likelihood, okay, of having a need for your services. For example, if you're a mortgage professional or, again, this is all around the housing market, your natural peer group is going to consist of other professions, such as a realtor, a builder, anyone in the home improvement type market area, anyone surrounding the housing market, right? So with Cheddar Stacks, you're going to be able to grow your business organically with an abundance of high quality leads that allow you to focus more on serving than selling. And as I mentioned earlier, not only are we going to show you how to do it, we're going to support you through the entire process of building your group. So the training that I'm going to give you, and of course your entire group, it's actually designed to provide you with additional tips and techniques, and we'll even do interviews with other successful groups that are out there in the United States. And we call it string cheese. I know, right? And by the way, I don't always do cheese puns, but when I do, they're great. All right, so we call it String Cheese, which stands for Strategic Training for Really Incredible Network Groups. Boom, that's right. String Cheese events will actually post to your calendar or be available in the Cheddar Stacks training library at Cheese Station C. But hear me on this, okay? Don't miss the training. It all serves a purpose. It's going to feed your mind some good stuff, right? Or what I like to refer to as a consistent morsels of cheese. If you take advantage of the training and the resource that we're going to provide you, I promise you, you guys are going to see amazing results. Now, String Cheese events will probably be, I shouldn't say probably, we're expecting them to be out about bi-weekly, right? And these are short training events, 20 minutes, unlike this one, right? 20 minutes, 20 powerful minutes, that is, all right? And so don't miss those, because there's really a method to this, and you need to embrace it. All right, so from this point forward, since you made this extremely wise decision to stick this out with me and join the Cheddar Stacks platform and start yourself a group, your new title around here, right, is going to be the Big Cheese. That's right, that's your new title. Now look, there's no need for you to run out and change your business cards. Don't let that go to your head, right? It's just a little title that we give you here at Cheddar Stacks headquarters to identify who is in charge of a group. Now listen, don't fret. I want you to wipe that bead of sweat from that brow. You can do this. We're going to give you all the information, all the training, all the support. We're going to work together and get your group up and running as little as 30 days. And listen, we've done all the initial legwork for you. So in just a second, I'm going to pull out a tactical marketing plan and have you go through that. So bear with me just a second.